Hi guys, today we will talk about Bloodborne 2. Ever since its release in 2015, Bloodborne has remained one of the most beloved and critically acclaimed titles in the gaming world. This dark and atmospheric action RPG, developed by FromSoftware and directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, transported players to the nightmarish city of Yharnam, where they faced cosmic horrors, relentless monsters, and a mysterious blood-borne disease that twisted the minds and bodies of its citizens. Nearly a decade later, the question that haunts the minds of fans is whether there will ever be a Bloodborne 2. Despite the unending demand from the gaming community, the future of this cherished franchise remains shrouded in uncertainty. Here, we delve deep into the possibility of a sequel, the reasons behind the enduring desire for it, and what a potential Bloodborne 2 could bring to the table. As of now, there has been no official confirmation regarding the development or release of Bloodborne 2. FromSoftware and Sony, the two key players behind the original game, have remained tight-lipped on the matter. Hidetaka Miyazaki, the visionary behind Bloodborne and the larger Soulsborne series, has addressed the topic in various interviews over the years, often expressing his personal fondness for the project while acknowledging the challenges of revisiting this dark universe. In a 2019 interview, Miyazaki reflected on the creation of Bloodborne, noting that while it was a project close to his heart, the decision to develop a sequel was not solely in his hands. The issue of intellectual property ownership has been a significant factor in the uncertainty surrounding Bloodborne 2. Unlike the Dark Souls series, which FromSoftware owns, the Bloodborne IP is owned by Sony. This means that while FromSoftware may have the creative drive to develop a sequel, the final decision lies with Sony, which has the ultimate say in whether Bloodborne will continue as a franchise. In a 2023 interview about the upcoming Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erdtree, Miyazaki once again downplayed the likelihood of Bloodborne 2, stating that FromSoftware was not in a position to make any announcements about the franchise. This statement, while disheartening for fans, does not completely extinguish the hope for a sequel. Sony has demonstrated a willingness to revive beloved IPs in the past, as evidenced by the 2020 remake of Demon's Souls, another FromSoftware title. This move has led to speculation that Bloodborne could receive a similar treatment, either as a remaster or, more ambitiously, as a full-fledged sequel. Bloodborne is not just another entry in the Soulsborne series. It is a unique and deeply influential game that has carved out a special place in the hearts of gamers. Its success can be attributed to several factors that distinguish it from other titles in the genre. One of the most striking aspects of Bloodborne is its setting. Yharnam, the game's primary location, is a city steeped in Gothic horror, with towering spires, narrow alleyways, and a sense of dread that permeates every corner. The game's visual and thematic design draws heavily from Victorian-era architecture and literature, as well as the cosmic horror of H.P. Lovecraft. This blend of Gothic and Lovecraftian elements creates a world that is both eerily familiar and terrifyingly alien. Unlike the medieval fantasy settings of Dark Souls, or the feudal Japanese world of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Bloodborne presents a world where the lines between reality and nightmare are blurred. The city of Yharnam and its surrounding areas, such as the Forbidden Forest and the eerie Byrgenwerth, are as much characters in the game as the creatures that inhabit them. The oppressive atmosphere, combined with the game's haunting score and sound design, immerses players in a world where death is not the end, but merely a gateway to deeper and darker mysteries. Another key factor that sets Bloodborne apart from its predecessors is its combat system. While the Souls games are known for their methodical and deliberate combat, Bloodborne shifts the focus to speed and aggression. The game encourages players to stay on the offensive, rewarding them for taking risks and punishing those who play too defensively. The absence of shields, a staple in Dark Souls, forces players to rely on quick reflexes, dodges, and well-timed counterattacks. The introduction of firearms as secondary weapons further distinguishes Bloodborne from its Soulsborne siblings. These weapons, ranging from pistols to blunderbusses, are not just for dealing damage but are integral to the game's parry system, allowing players to stun enemies and deliver devastating visceral attacks. This emphasis on speed and aggression makes Bloodborne a thrilling and intense experience, one that keeps players on the edge of their seats from start to finish. Bloodborne's narrative is as enigmatic and intricate as its gameplay. The story is not spoon-fed to the player. Instead, it is revealed through cryptic dialogue, item descriptions, and environmental storytelling. This approach encourages players to piece together the lore on their own, leading to a deeper engagement with the game world. The mysteries of Yharnam, the origins of the Great Ones, and the true nature of the hunter's dream are all subjects of intense speculation and discussion among fans. The game's story touches on themes of ambition, knowledge, and the consequences of hubris. The Healing Church, the organization at the center of Yharnam society, sought to transcend human limitations by tapping into the power of the Great Ones, ancient beings of immense power. However, their pursuit of forbidden knowledge led to the creation of the blood-borne disease that plagues the city, turning its inhabitants into monstrous beasts. This tragic tale of humanity's downfall resonates deeply with players and adds layers of meaning to the game's nightmarish world. The idea of Bloodborne 2 is tantalizing not just because of the love for the original game, but also because of the many unanswered questions and unexplored ideas left in its wake. Here are some possibilities for what a sequel could offer. One of the most intriguing aspects of Bloodborne is its connection to the Great Ones, eldritch beings whose influence permeates the world of Yharnam. The original game hinted at the existence of multiple Great Ones, each with its own unique characteristics and motivations. A sequel could delve deeper into their lore, exploring their origins, their relationships with each other, and their interactions with humanity. The concept of the Great One's children was introduced in Bloodborne, but it was not fully explored. A sequel could expand on this idea, perhaps introducing new factions or covenants based on different Great Ones. Each faction could offer unique abilities, quests, and storylines, allowing players to choose their allegiance and shape the outcome of the game. The dreamlike nature of Bloodborne is one of its most fascinating features. The game blurs the line between reality and the subconscious, creating a world where nightmares and dreams are as real as the physical world. A sequel could take this concept even further, introducing new dreamscapes and dimensions for players to explore. These new settings could be tied to different characters' subconscious minds, each offering a unique visual style and set of challenges. For example, a dreamscape based on a scholar obsessed with forbidden knowledge could be filled with twisting libraries and mind-bending puzzles, while a dreamscape born from the mind of a deranged hunter could be a chaotic battlefield where enemies constantly respawn. While Bloodborne's combat system is widely praised, there is always room for innovation and improvement. A sequel could introduce new weapons, abilities, and combat mechanics that build on the foundation of the original game. For instance, the trick weapons that define Bloodborne could be expanded upon, offering even more complex transformations and combinations. The introduction of new types of firearms or ranged weapons could also add variety to the gameplay. Perhaps players could wield arcane-powered guns that harness the energy of the Great Ones, or new melee weapons that channel the blood of Yharnam's beasts. These new tools could be paired with expanded combat mechanics, such as new types of counters, parries, or even environmental interactions. The original Bloodborne left many narrative threads unresolved, providing ample material for a sequel. One possibility is that Bloodborne 2 could continue the story of the original game, exploring the aftermath of the hunter's actions and the continued struggle against the bloodborne disease. Alternatively, the sequel could take a more ambitious approach by reimagining the world of Bloodborne entirely, introducing new characters, locations, and storylines that are only loosely connected to the original game. This new narrative direction could explore the broader world beyond Yharnam, revealing how other regions have been affected by the events of the first game. Perhaps there are other cities or lands where the influence of the Great Ones has taken root, each with its own unique challenges and horrors. The story could also delve into the origins of the Healing Church, the enigmatic scholars of Bergenworth, or even the ancient Thumerians who once ruled the land. While the official status of Bloodborne 2 remains in limbo, the fan community has kept the spirit of the original game alive through a variety of creative endeavors. From fan art and concept designs to mods and fan-made games, the Bloodborne community continues to celebrate and expand upon the world that FromSoftware created. The artistic community has been particularly active in envisioning what Bloodborne 2 could look like. Websites like ArtStation, DeviantArt, and Reddit are filled with stunning fan-made concept art, depicting everything from new hunters and monsters to eerie landscapes and Gothic architecture. These works of art not only showcase the incredible talent of the fanbase but also provide a glimpse into the collective imagination of Bloodborne enthusiasts. Some artists have even gone so far as to create detailed character designs, weapons, and storyboards for potential Bloodborne 2 scenarios. These fan creations often explore new themes and ideas that build on the foundation of the original game, offering exciting possibilities for a sequel. For instance, some fan artists have envisioned new types of hunters who specialize in arcane magic or alchemy, wielding strange and powerful tools that blend science and sorcery. In addition to visual art, some fans have taken their love for Bloodborne to new heights by creating fan games and mods. One of the most notable fan projects is Bloodborne Kart, an unofficial racing game that humorously blends the grim world of Bloodborne with the lighthearted fun of a kart racer. While this project is clearly meant as a joke, it demonstrates the creativity and passion of the Bloodborne community. There have also been efforts to bring Bloodborne to PC through fan-made projects, though these endeavors have often faced legal challenges due to the IP's ownership by Sony. Despite these hurdles, the community's dedication to keeping Bloodborne alive in various forms is a testament to the game's lasting impact. The future of Bloodborne remains uncertain, but the desire for a sequel is stronger than ever. The original game's unique blend of gothic horror, fast-paced combat, and intricate lore has left a lasting impression on players, many of whom are eager to return to the world of Yharnam. While FromSoftware and Sony have yet to make any official announcements, the continued interest in the game from both fans and media suggests that the possibility of Bloodborne 2 is not entirely off the table. There are several potential paths that the franchise could take. Sony might choose to greenlight a sequel, either developed by FromSoftware or another capable studio under Miyazaki's supervision. Alternatively, Bloodborne could receive a remaster or remake, similar to Demon's Souls, introducing the game to a new generation of players while satisfying longtime fans. There is also the possibility that Bloodborne could expand into other media such as comics, novels, or even a television series, further exploring its rich and haunting world. In the meantime, fans can continue to immerse themselves in the original game, uncovering its many secrets and sharing their discoveries with the community. Whether through fan art, discussions, or revisiting the game itself, the legacy of Bloodborne endures. And as long as the demand for a sequel remains strong, there is always hope that the nightmare may yet continue. So, hunters, keep your eyes on the shadows and your weapons at the ready. Yharnam's darkest secrets may still have more to reveal. Thanks for watching. See you next time.